Hey guys, thanks for stopping by Casks-n-Que, or whiskey and barbecue meat. I'm your host, Justin Lloyd, and today I have with me my good friend Henry Turner.
Hello.
This is our 7th installment in the Game of Thrones Scotch series, and today we're going to take a look at Talisker. This one is called
House Greyjoy.
Yeah, thanks. House Greyjoy. Well, Henry, thanks for bringing by the bottle, first of all. Talisker is an interesting distillery to me. It's one of my favorites. It is one of the original 6 classic malts. I mean, I know that's defunct now, but I still refer to it as reference, along with Lagavulin and Dalwhinnie and some others. So this is an Isle of Skye Scotch. So it's almost like a hybrid, in my opinion. You get some Isla flavors, you get some Highland flavors. So I don't want to ruin what the experience is for you. I'd rather you have your own opinion. But Talisker's, it just happens to be one of my favorites, and I'm really looking forward to this one.
All right, so let me give you a little lore on the side of this. House Greyjoy, one of the fabled houses of the TV show Game of Thrones. Their motto is "We do not sow." Another cool little motto of them, and it comes from the religion they had of the drowned god. And it was called "What is dead may never die." So the big thing about that is, if you see in the show when Euron Greyjoy wanted to become Lord of the Iron Islands, is they actually drowned him. And if he came back, then it was supposed to be that he was going to be the Lord. So of course that was, once again, like I said, one of the religions of the drowned god that they believed in. And some of the great characters that came from House Greyjoy was the most famous one was Theon Greyjoy. Fantastic story arc in the TV series. One of my all-time favorites was Yara. She was the sister of Theon, and then her uncle was Euron, which he was just a dastardly guy from start to the end. Just one of the original bad guys, or not original, but he came in later, but just all-around bad guys of the series. So I do love House Greyjoy, and they were called House Greyjoy of Pike, and they were the lords of the Iron Islands, known for being sailors and pirates and things of that nature.
Interesting. Well, there's some characters in that house that I just couldn't stand. So, I think would you say it was Theon?
Yeah.
But he came back at the end and he was all right. I liked him after he came back.
He did some really foul things in the beginning, and but he had one of the best redemption stories in the entire.
Yeah, like his story arc was really good. Yeah. So, some stats on this one. I think this is a 45.8 ABV. So that works out to 91.6 proof. I didn't add that up in my head. It's on the bottom. So why don't we go ahead? I know we didn't talk about the color. So the color on this one, I mean, it's just a light. All these have been about the same color in this series, it seems like. Like a light amber, copper, light copper. So good legs on it. I mean, it might be a little thin, but well, I don't know. There's actually, I see some legs.
It's a little thick. Like I said, all these Adagio releases that came out for Game of Thrones seem like they all have about the same consistency. The ABV hasn't varied too much on them, but in the glass they all look very similar outside of for the legs and the texture, but the colors vary a little bit. This one does have a nice color on it though.
Yep. Age statement on this one, I don't believe it has an age statement, which is kind of the case with a lot of these Game of Thrones scotches, with the exception of a few. Let's go to the nose and see what we get on the nose.
Light smoke. Very light smoke, faint. I wouldn't even call it like a smoked old fashioned. I would say, I don't know how to explain it. It's like if somebody was smoking a cigar and you caught a whiff of it in the air. Yeah. Not very strong at all.
And it's almost like a rich tobacco. It's faint, but it's rich and pipe tobacco kind of thing, or a good cigar.
Yeah, that's spot on. And then, a little bit of the salinity comes across on this, which I find enjoyable. Some of that salt comes out there too.
It's one of those, it's got some maritime flavors in it. It's rainy beach. There's somebody smoking a pipe on the beach. I mean, it's those kind of flavors. Or smells, I should say. The salt comes through for sure.
Yeah. You want to try it now?
Yep. That was just really well balanced.
It is.
It's got like 3 different things, but nothing sticks out. I'm getting the brininess and with the salt, the sea, like the smell of the sea, but you can taste it. A little bit of smoke, peat smoke, but it's not the nasty iodine burnt taste. I almost get like a little citrus flavor in there too.
I got sweet on the very beginning, a little bit of the spice that came through, some oak, and then very similar to the last one that we had, the Lavangulin, is it has that nice smoke on the end, and it's got a nice smoke that's lingering on it a little bit after I've had the pour or had a taste on it. It's really good. It's definitely an enjoyable Scotch, but not overly complex. It's not going to blow you away or anything like that, but it does feel like whatever they did when they were crafting this whiskey and doing it for the Scotch, they did a good job.
Yeah, I like this one. I'm a big fan of Talisker. I like Talisker Storm and 10, and just all the age statements that I've had, and they've all been good. Well, we got to give it a rating. 0 is terrible, 10 is excellent. We use availability, taste, and value as our criteria. So you want to go first?
Yeah, and I'll just talk a little bit about the availability. I haven't seen this one in a while. Actually, the of the lower houses or the secondary houses from the show, these are a little bit harder to find. I don't know if they produce more of like the Targaryen, the Stark, the Greyjoy, the Lannister, things of that, but some of these are a little bit harder to find. Once again, I didn't pay more than $40 to $60 for most of these bottles. I haven't seen one of these online, so the availability for this one's going to be relatively low. I might put it at a 2 or 3 just because I haven't found this particular one. I haven't hunted for it, but just passively looking here recently, I haven't found one of these. The tasting and what's on the palate and the experience of it, it's good. I still go 6.5, not groundbreaking, not earth-shattering, but decent. The value on it, I think for $40, $60 bottle of Scotch with this theme with the show and for what it delivers, I still would probably put it at a 7. But for this one, for me, more than likely, I say 5.5. Unfortunately, it's just that availability is really going to push you down because I haven't seen a lot of these.
Yeah, that's understandable and fair assessment. I think the availability hurts. The value, I think you said 45 MSRP?
45 to 65, whatever, 60, 65.
65 I wouldn't like paying for it. 45, 50 wouldn't bother me. Value, for what's in the glass, I like it. I like Talisker, I just do. So I'm trying not to be biased here, but I think my aggregate score, I think that's 6.5. I think it's I'm a little higher than you on this one, but that's okay. So I'm a solid 6.5. I think it's good. I like all the different flavors that comes with Talisker. It's pretty quintessential for that distillery. So that's kind of where I fall. 6.5. So Henry, thanks once again for coming by and bringing through some awesome whiskey as always.
Yeah, and thank you for having me.
Absolutely. So the best way to support the channel is to like, subscribe, and smash that bell. When you smash the bell, it's going to let you know. It'll notify you that we've uploaded a new video. Thanks for stopping by Casks-n-Que, where whiskey and barbecue meet.
Oh yeah, and enjoy. And then also make sure you enjoy watching Game of Thrones each Sunday.
That's right. We'll see you.